This guy's now no longer a fix and flipper, he's moving into the comedy show. So what are we doing today? This is fun. I got an amazing tenant, he's been in the house over a year, just renewed his lease. He calls me up, he says, hey, what do you think about me upgrading the cabinets in this kitchen? What do you mean upgrading? They're already pretty nice. He says, my wife, she's very particular, she really wants this house, you know, meticulous and spot on. We want to replace your cabinets with some brand new, more custom cabinets. I said, certainly wide open to that option. Any tenant that wants to spend their own money to enhance the property, you got to get them all ears, if you know what I'm saying. So coming out, I want to see what they're talking about, make sure it's a positive move. Anybody who wants to literally enhance the property and create future value, have a higher vested of maybe purchasing in the future, you got to be open and amenable to those types of options. You also want to look at it to make sure it's not going to cause any distress to the property. They're going to pull out my expensive marble counters, and then it cost me $3,000 to replace an island. So we're gonna walk through this, see what their idea is, and make sure it's a win-win situation. So come on into this beautiful home right here in the Ahwatukee foothills. We're right over here. We got a 3-car garage, single-family home, and interface with the tenant. Rock and roll. Nothing like pulling up to a beautiful home and seeing how the house is beautifully well-maintained. So I know on the inside it's gonna look just as good. There he is. How are you, brother?
Good.
Fancy shirt, Prada. There you go. Cool. Well, let's take a look and see what we got. Okay, so your idea is, so you replace the uppers, right?
Yeah, or the lowers.
Okay, so whoever did it just reset, just replace this. This is marble, actually.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're not gonna have to replace any flooring then. It'll literally it'll stay in the same footprint.
Yeah.
Then I don't have any issue. It's the same cabinets as this. Yep. These are just Home Depot. This is just a Home Depot cabinet.
Well, yeah.
They're the base shaker,
yeah,
correct.
right.
You're only talking about a couple cabinets. It doesn't matter.
We already got them.
Oh, you already have them.
Yeah.
So it's not even gonna change even the exterior of this. You're gonna keep all this and just swap.
I think it might have to be rebuilt to a degree.
Right, with some trim.
I don't know if you can take it apart and put it back together. That's
let me call let me see if my guy can lift somehow. I don't know what they do. I'm not a quartz or a granite or a marble expert. This thing could crack when they pull it, and then it's expensive.
That's why I didn't want to mess
Right.
with it.
Que quiero hacer es quitar este top y poner unos gabinetes nuevos, más nuevo de abajo. ¿Es posible para salvar el top y regresarlo con 2 gabinetes nuevos o no? All right, so I'll send him a photo right now. In worst case, I'll send him out and we'll go from there.
One other thing, what we did up here,
Yeah.
I didn't want to take that cabinet off.
Okay.
So I just put doors on it, and
Got
she's
it.
like, well, we need to change those cabinets too. And I'm like, it looks fine to me, but my wife was very picky.
Oh, just on the inside? It
It's
looks
the
fine to
original
me.
cabinet. I
No,
know,
it's the
it looks
original cabinet.
fine.
You just did the doors. I don't care. When these guys are out here and she wants to replace the trim or do whatever.
Half the cabinet.
Oh, then
All
you
you gotta do is just pull that one off, put the new cabinet.
When the guys come out here and they do this, just have them do that.
Okay.
I'll pay for it, of course, so it's no big deal. Listen, for what you pay, I mean, I'm happy to continue to collect your rent, but you might as well, at a certain point, buy, especially if you're enhancing the property.
Contract?
Like a seller finance?
Seller finance, there you
I
go.
can't do the Dodd-Frank Act, so I can't sell direct because I'm limited on how many of those I can do. And it's just, they're a nightmare. There's a million ways to skin the cat. We can create, an equitable situation if you know for sure you want to buy it. If you don't want to buy it, zero pressure, continue to rent. But I'm just trying to do you a favor and save you some money.
I'm into real estate too. I'm flipping houses right
Oh,
now.
good for you. Where are you flipping?
It's slowed down, lately on the west side mostly.
Okay.
That's all that's out there. That's all we
Tell
can
me
find
what you're
for sale.
looking for. I do 8 to 10 deals a month. You tell me what you're looking for, I can hand deliver you deals all day long. You're welcome to use my discount. I'm happy to pass it on to you. So if you go into Home Depot and you're buying these cabinets, it'll cost you 30% less leveraging my discount.
30?
So
Yeah,
I buy a
right,
ton
right.
of their cabinets and their paint is your biggest savings. Certain items they don't discount because those are stock items. They're almost loss leaders to get you in the door, and then you're buying the ancillary products. So every product's different. Just call me when you're there and I'll walk you through there. Are you paying for labor and materials, or are you just paying them labor and you're buying the materials? Because you have to separate those two. That's where the margins start getting crazy.
I know, and we're not. He's just doing the whole thing.
That's where he's getting the spread. So there's no benefit for you to make a savings on my
I know,
discount.
unless I can get him to break out the materials, but that's a good reason to do that. I can get
1,000%.
it cheaper.
Well, of course, you just say, hey, listen, we're gonna move to a model. I want you to bid labor only. I'll handle all the materials. That way it's isolated and transparent.
Yeah.
That's why you can save. That's why I can buy at less of a discount, because I'm value engineering the back end to create an
I know he
equitable
doesn't
spread.
wanna do that, and I
Of
know
course,
exactly
because he's
why.
making up the money. I'm telling you, do one house where you isolate it and just get the labor. I'm happy, again, we're buddies at this point. We know each other. It's important to build belly-to-belly relationships. I stress that all the time. I'll look at the bids and I'll tell you, here's where where they're high, here's where they're low, here's what market should be for this, and tell you like, hey, you shouldn't be paying more than 90 cents to $1 a square foot for paint, just labor, $1.50 to lay tile unless it's some crazy pattern. If you leverage the discounts, or I buy a lot of materials, like I'll bring in slabs from China, for example. So I can bring in these slabs for $700-800 versus $1,500 at a yard, and it's way cheaper. I can buy quartzite for $500 a slab. You go anywhere else, you buy through Home Depot, you're spending $1,500. So those margins start eating you alive.
Right.
Text me a couple of the houses that you bought, and that way I can underwrite and see kind of the stuff that you like, and I can reverse engineer really, you know, your business model, and then I'll send you some stuff and you can look at it. Okay, so he'll come back in 2 weeks. Well, I'll get one of my contractors with him. We'll install it, we'll install that, it's all here. Even if you have your handles, those guys can put it on for you while they're here in 5 minutes.
We do have it.
Okay, so then just get everything ready and we'll just rock and roll and make it happen.
Sounds great. Get back to me on that lease purchase.
Yeah, I mean, we can look at numbers or to figure it out. I mean, there's a million ways to skin the cat.
Are you gonna base it on what it was when I bought, when I moved in, right? Not what it is now.
This guy's now no longer a fix and flipper, he's moving into the comedy show. Now that's comedy. Here's a guy's like, hey man, times are tough. I need a reduction in rent. I actually reduced your rent, I think, $100 on the renewal, because he's a great tenant. I respect my good tenants. I'm not always about squeezing every penny out. Even though the market went up significantly, I reduced his rent because he always pays on time, he zells, he doesn't bother me, and I knew he's taking good care of the home. So if you have good tenants, take good care of them.
So I use my money to improve it, and then you're gonna charge me back for that after I spend it.
Look at this guy. I'll give you.
You're making me pay for it twice.
Listen, hold on.
You're making me pay for it twice.
If you end up buying this property, I'm more than happy to credit you all the money you put into the house. Put it on camera.
Okay, well then I'm not paying for it twice.
Then you're not paying for it twice.
Good.
There you go. That's good business.
Sense.
That's fair. So if you buy it, I credit you back those improvements. You don't buy it,
fair.
you opted to unilaterally enhance the home, but also you get to enjoy those improvements and not have your wife bother you. Happy wife, happy life.
Equity. Yeah,
and build equity for me, which I appreciate.
No, I mean if I buy it.
If you buy it, there you go. Pleasure, buddy. Great banter. I like this guy. Guys, thanks for watching the tenant interaction with the equity improvements in the kitchen. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Helps us out, it helps you out for new videos. Have a wonderful day. Happy holidays. Glad you could see the walk through this beautiful, well-maintained home with an amazing tenant, great personality. Be safe. We'll see you soon.